Against all odds, God restored Jerusalem, Judea, and Samaria back to the nation of Israel during the War of 1967. Lost to Israel for thousands of years, this region contains the lifeblood and heartbeat of the Jewish people. Yet the struggle has not been easy. Propaganda, terrorism, and international pressure have been the constant companion of the courageous men and women who have dared to call this place home. I'm Rabbi Tuli Weiss, and these are the stories of Jerusalem, Judea, and Samaria, Israel's biblical heartland, God's land. Aryeh, we're standing here in front of a beautiful tree, but it also has an amazing story. Tell us the story of this oak tree.
The tree is the symbol of life for the Etzion Block. The Etzion Block was founded by the parents of my wife. They first came here in the spring of 1943. They came here with the hope that survivors of the Holocaust would be able to come to this new area and to reestablish Jewish life in the Judean Hill. By 1947, there were 4 kibbutzim, 4 collective settlements here in the Etzion Block. They all knew this tree because the road in those days came by the tree. And although they had planted thousands of trees in the area, they all knew that this was the tree. November 29th, 1947, the United Nations decided on the partition plan. Israel accepted this partition plan, and immediately thereafter, they went to war. On December the 11th, a convoy left Jerusalem on their way back home here to the Etzion Block, and they were attacked on the road, and 10 of the defenders were killed on the road. And that's the beginning of the siege in the hills of Hebron. And the siege, which was to continue from December the 11th until the founding of the State of Israel, until May 14th. On the day of the founding of Israel, that was the day of the fall of the Etzion Block. This was the end of a 3-day battle when the Arab Legion attacked the Etzion Block. All the defense posts were taken over, including this hill where we are standing now, was taken over by the Arab Legion. The defenders left their defense posts and they came to the center of the village. At that point, after they had given up their ammunition, the Arabs began to shoot at them. The result was that 80 members of the kibbutz were killed. What remained was this tree. And this tree you were able to see from within the borders, the small borders of the state of Israel. And the survivors and people who knew about the Etzion Block for 19 years would look beyond the border and say, you see that tree over there? That's the Etzion Block. And for the children of the Etzion Block, they said, you see that? That's your home. And you will be going back there someday. When? Nobody knew when.
So all of the people who were living here were either murdered or evacuated and were living in the state of Israel. In 1967, the war breaks out. Miraculously, Israel liberates not only Jerusalem, but this area, which you're referring to as the Etzion Block, the Etzion area.
It's part of the great dream of the people of Israel to return to the land of Israel. Why couldn't Abraham be a monotheist in Mesopotamia? The Bible doesn't tell us why he could not, but it tells us that his mission is to fulfill the dream of monotheism. In the land of Israel, you can fulfill your mission. And Judea and Samaria is the heart of the land of Israel.
Bethel, Shiloh, Bethlehem, Hebron, these cities were off limits to the Jewish people for the first 19 years after the establishment of the State of Israel. The Six-Day War changed everything, and the Bible came to life in the land of Israel. Jerusalem, Judea, and Samaria, this is not the West Bank, this is the biblical heartland. For more about these areas, visit www.keepgodsland.com.